Hey guys, this is Casey Foster from NetcodeGuides.com, and in this week's free Netcode Premium video, this is going to be DaZeD showing you guys how VERYGAMES holds CT side of Nuke against NIP, actually when they take outside a few times. So he's going to show you guys how they hold it and then break down the strat for you guys and how you can implement it into your guys' play. Hope you guys enjoy.
Hey, what's up guys? This is DaZeD from NetcodeGuides.com, and in this video we're going to take a look at VERYGAMES outside push on Nuke. Now they do this with 3 people, so it's obviously going to leave upper and ramp a little bit vulnerable, but it's pretty masked. They don't really use many resources, so it's not much of a tell that they are stacked outside, and I guarantee you're going to trap a lot of people with this strat if you choose to use it, and it's really, really good. So first, let's take an overhead look at it. So again, you don't need many resources. You should use a smoke, a flashbang, and then the rest you could just have guns. It's good if you have an off on it to watch on top of yellow, but it's not 100% necessary. As you can see, Smoose is going to smoke there. Existence is going to flash behind the red. And he's going to pre-nade. Shoxy's going to run to the right of the smoke and get to yellow. And then Existence is going to push past T-red. That whole time that was happening, Smith was sitting here watching on top of yellow, making sure that nobody could get on top of yellow to kill anybody at the T-red or go underneath and kill Shoxy. So now we've taken a look at an overhead view of the strat. Let's take a look at each individual player and what they do exactly and what it looks like from their screen. Alright, so the first guy I'm going to show you is Existence. Now, he doesn't use a smoke, but he uses his flashbang right above the red, and then he pre-nades. As you can see, that pre-nade did a lot of damage, did 50 damage right there. And then he comes and he pushes aggressively, and gets the guys behind the red men. Alright, now let's take a look at Shoxy. He pretty much has the easiest job on this strat. Really, really simple. He's even really late from spawn. This would have worked even better if he wasn't so late. Just pushes to the right of this smoke. That's actually a smoke that the T's threw, the one up front. I think they missed theirs, but the same thing applies. You simply push right next to Mini and go right underneath yellow. Alright, finally let's take a look at Smiths, who's going to use his op to cover yellow, throws a smoke for his teammates and pre-nades as well with Existence. Remember, as you can see, those pre-nades did 50-something damage. And then he simply watches on top of yellow and make sure none of his teammates can get shot from there. Alright, let's take a look at it from Forrest's point of view. Trust me, this is Forrest. This isn't actually a bot. A bot was not playing with them at DreamHack, so they actually didn't miss that smoke. They threw it on purpose. But this is Forrest, and as you can see, he tries pushing past things and just gets annihilated. Alright, and the last point of view is Fafarin. So let's take a look at what he is doing and how it looks from his point of view. Finally, let's take a look at Fafarin. Simply gets annihilated, didn't have much of a chance. Tried taking outside quick, the Existence flash just tore him apart. And got the CTs a lot of easy kills there. Alright guys, now that you've seen the strat in its entirety, let's talk about how to set this strat up and how to make it work. Because if you just do this strat right away, and you haven't set it up, and people know, like, as soon as you throw nades that you're probably playing outside aggressively because you haven't done it before. So let's talk about how you can max the strategy and make it look like you're doing any normal passive outside setup. So for starters, have your outside guy throw this smoke every once in a while. Very simply. If he just throws this smoke and then tosses a pre-nade as well, like so, that alone is going to set it up. Every once in a while, have him toss a pre-flash, like Existence was throwing. So just a flash over that, T-red. You could even throw it even farther and throw it more like that. That's going to blind the crap out of them as well. And as long as your outside player is doing things like that, it's going to set up for the strat really, really well. Because say 4th round gun round, your outside player does that. He uses a smoke, a flash, and a nade, right? Then all of a sudden, when you actually do this strat, and you double nade, you flash, and you smoke, it's not going to look like it's doing anything differently. And they're not going to be like, oh shit, they're stacking outside. I guarantee you, if you play your normal shit, you never throw that smoke, you never pre-flash, and you never nade, and then all of a sudden you do it, it's going to be a huge tell that you are playing really aggressively on outer. All right, so that's how you set it up. Now let's talk about what to do post control. So you have a lot of different options here, and one of the great things about this is if they don't go outside early, you're going to pin them into other strategies. Either they're going outside late, or they're immediately hitting upper or ramp, right? And once you've taken out points of their attack, which is a quick outside, and you're taking that team out of their comfort zone, and you have that information to work with, it's going to help your team out tremendously. Because once they work outside, time's going to be dwindling down. You're going to pigeonhole them into only a certain amount of strategies that they can run, and you're really just going to help them or stop them from using a lot of the clock that they have to work with. So, again, once you take outside control like this, what I would advise you to do is take the T-red guy, throw him away from there, leave this guy yellow, and then keep the opper watching up top for him. If you do that, generally what's going to happen is that if they go outside, that guy underneath yellow is still going to be able to get kills. But if they go upper, you know what? You're still going to have two people there. You're going to have the guy who's going from T-red back to mini, and then you're also going to have an upper guy. So your upper's not nearly as weak, and then the ramp guy is just simply going to have to play to spot and draw. But that's generally what you should do post-control if you don't meet anybody there and fight anybody there. Alright guys, this has been Daz from NetcodeGuides.com. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out.
Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed that video. That was this week's free Netcode Premium video. If you enjoyed what you saw, come back next Monday. If you really liked what you saw, check out NetcodeGuides.com. There's a discount code in the bottom of this video, or in the description. You can use the discount code YouTube for 25% off Netcode Premium. Thanks guys. See you guys later.